Analyst Eric Ham with more on your takeaways from Donald Trump's speech. We should point out, Eric, that it was a lengthy one. He went well over the allotted time, and there was a wide range of topics he covered, including going after his own domestic political enemies, as he sees them, like former President Joe Biden.
Yeah, that's right. It was a speech that certainly, I think, went above and beyond on the basic issue of facts. I think when you look at the audience, speaking to that global audience and doubling down on issues such as his domestic grievances, I think that, again, is something that fell very flat. And again, what we saw from this president was a level of disdain, not only for multilateral agencies and institutions that the United States has been so vested in over the last many decades, and the fact that we're now looking at a president who is actively not only combating against these organizations, but seemingly working to tear them down, or at least remove the United States from them, and also inhibit their overall effectiveness. I think that's what we saw from this president in a very combative and confrontational speech.
Yeah, I wonder what you think the reaction will be here. Do you think anyone will be surprised? Donald Trump has long been critical of the United Nations, and he's long been critical of the green energy movement. There was not a lot new in this speech, but more of a reiteration of many of the things he said in the past.
No, I don't think there will be a surprise, especially when you look at what's happening in the United States right now. I think we have been seeing the polarization, particularly from this president in the aftermath of the killing of Charlie Kirk, where he said just recently at the memorial that he continues to hate his enemies and the opposition, and also lambasting his attorney general for not actively locking up his political enemies. And I think what we're seeing is this president is now taking that level of grievance on the world stage. And so now it's just unleashed as the president continues to be emboldened by a Supreme Court that continues to give him access and powers that even previous presidents never thought or dreamed of even having. And so I think what we're seeing here is the president now believing or thinking that level of control extends at the global level. But again, I think what it does is it sends chills down the spines of many when you look at agencies or organizations like the UN, where it's meant to be a meeting and a confab of working on many of the world's most intractable problems. But what you're seeing here is the president using that stage as an opportunity to go after and create more divide, not more unity.
Before we go, what sort of impact do you think a speech like this has on the image and reputation of the U.S., Eric, around the world when people hear what Trump is saying?
I think what we're seeing, especially if you take a look at what's happening with Canada, and we saw this even from the prime minister yesterday, where he said, people are tired of the constant engagement of what we're seeing from the U.S. And I think many around the world will begin to do as we have been saying, which is move away or find ways around, become workarounds of the United States, as we see what took place today. So this was a speech that I don't think helped move the U.S. closer to unity and create more opportunity. I think it moved the United States away, and I think that's what the point of the speech was.
Eric Ham with his take. Thanks for this, Eric. Good to see you as always.
Thank you.